thing I don't get about this event, I mean, it's not like it's sold out. There's all kinds of nice leather soft chairs and seats down close, you know, the mat. And we've got people sitting in their normal seats 20 rows up, you know.
They're just conditioned that way. So here we go with the Maryland Superfan in attendance right in front of us. We'll probably hear him all day. Gilman against Simmons. Each guy took a half attempt there, and then they get caught up in a front headlock situation. Stalemate. Head back to the center.
Maryland's got some matches in already, too. Geez, Simmons, he's already got 7 matches in, so that's 2 open tournaments so far.
2 opens, and they've wrestled 3 duels. As there was an attempt, Gilman almost caught him with that throw-by. Now drops down on the leg. On that ankle, reaching up to that other leg. Simmons showing some flexibility, reaching back. Gilman has both ankles, and there is the 2 takedown.
How can they have 2 open tournaments or an open tournament and 3 duels in already? That's just crazy. Gilman immediately releases Simmons, back in another shot, head to the outside shot, opposite side this time, picks the leg up in the air and finishes right away. See, that was a much better finish where it came to his feet that time, elevated the leg and swept it out from underneath Simmons and put him down to the mat, rather than finishing on the mat like he did before on his knees and then allowing Simmons to use his flexibility, reach around, grab our ankles. Right. And, you know, that's what Cory Clark had such a hard time with last weekend. You know, in the Oklahoma State duel. Just trying to come up to your feet and finish high, quick finishes, rather than down on the mat where, you know, you get kind of lazy sometimes and allow a guy to fight you. It just takes too much time to, you know, finish those takedowns. And immediately, Gilman releases Simmons again for another 1-point escape. So Gilman leads right now, score of 4-2.
Nice snap down to the leg, head to the outside. But again, trying to reach down to get that other leg, and now Simmons has got him stretched out. Simmons trying to step over, showing some flexibility again.
Well, again, we got to come up in the air with it here, Stephen. You got to take this leg high, not wrestling down the mat. Now we're allowing Simmons to come almost all the way around us for his own takedown almost, but Gilman's got his arm underneath Simmons' leg. Now he throws it over his head. Now he's coming up, but he needs to come higher into the air. Take it up higher. Simmons has our ankle, so Gilman's turning into the ankle, does the right thing there. Now comes to his feet. Should be able to finish here, and he does to a 2-point takedown right on the edge. Nice work right there by Thomas Gilman. Just took him a little bit longer than what we'd hoped for to be able to do that. But he was able to figure it out. He made those transitions during that period of time. He figured it out. Next time, though, hopefully he remembers that and does it a lot quicker. Because in a situation where, you know, I mean, if it's going for the major decision and there's only 5 seconds left at the end of the match, that's a situation where we need to have a quick finish like that. We don't have 25 seconds to figure that out.
Right.
Immediately, Gilman releases him again for a 1-point escape, so it's 6-3 now with 1 minute to go here in the first period. Gilman with 3 takedowns, Simmons with 3 escapes, all intentionally let go by Gilman.
Shot there by Simmons. Gilman front headlock, comes around.
Lock it,
trying
though.
to get that cradle locked in.
Lock it.
Takedown, Gilman.
Gets the 2 takedown. He trying to get that cradle, but Simmons fighting it off. Gilman trying to get around, now gets behind. So 8-3, Gilman with the lead, 30 seconds to go. See if Thomas tries to ride him here. Around on the side, trying to pressure forward, grabbing that near wrist. Now hops back behind the hips, trying to get that left arm up onto the back. Comes out front with it. Simmons posting with his head, gets his butt up in the air. Now Gilman back around to the left side. Roll through attempt there. Gilman rolls with him. Now flattens him out. First period will come to an end. Thomas Gilman will have an 8-3 lead with 1:17 of riding time. To answer your question, Mark, November 1st, the very first day that you could have competition, Maryland hosted 3 duels against Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and Davidson. So basically kind of like the Iowa City duels. They had 3 in one day. And then they've had 2 open tournaments since then as well. So
that's a lot of matches this early.
Gilman will start down to begin the second period. Works up to his feet, hand control out for the escape. So he leads 9-3, just underway second period. Gilman has 1:13 riding time. First match of the afternoon. There's a shot attempt by Simmons. Gilman does a good job down block as he did. He got him fully extended. Gets behind. As he does, he locks that wing in. So Gilman, as he gets the takedown go behind, has the chicken wing on the left side. Now he's trying to figure out how to roll this over. He's pulling that across the back. Now comes back the other side trying to run this over. Working for that far wrist. And now can't get anywhere with it. Simmons up to his feet. Gilman just lets him out for the escape. So that makes it 11-4. Now drops in, keeps the hand on the head to the inside shot, gets him draped up over the back. Reaching back, trying to peel those hands off, and dumps him down for another takedown by Gilman.
Much quicker finish that time. We were in the exact same shot, exact same position that we were in before, where it took probably 25 seconds to finish. That time, immediately, when he got in that leg, take it up over his head, higher that time, was able to come out and come out the back door and finish that in probably about 3 seconds. Yeah. So, that's where Gilman, he's a good wrestler. He's a smart wrestler. He made the transition earlier in the match, and now he did it again in a much quicker pace. He's up 13-4 right now with 47 seconds to go here in the second period. They go back to the center. Simmons down. See if Gilman's going to ride him and try and get some near fall points. We need to set a near fall in here to get this match termination eventually. Caution on Gilman for starting a little bit too early.
And they get him reset. Gilman covers again. And then we're going to have caution on Simmons.
Now caution to Simmons.
Again, that's one of those new rules, Mark, where the referees are supposed to wait a minimum of 1 second. And it used to be almost instantaneous when you felt that pressure that the ref would blow the whistle. But now they have to wait a full second. So guys are still just jumping the gun just a little bit. Gilman throwing a half in, comes around on the right side. Now goes into that claw ride, back to the half, back to the claw. Tripod there by Simmons. Gilman all the way out front, trying to get him back to the mat. Busts him back down to his base. Now pops back to the near side, trying to get that arm bar. 20 seconds to go, second period. Gilman reaching back, grabbing an ankle, trying to break the base. And Simmons staying on that as they work back to the edge, slide out of bounds, head back to the center. 12.2 on the clock, 13-4. Gilman with the lead. He has 2:31 of riding time.
And for sure, try and ride him out here the last 12 seconds. 12 seconds, so we can still get some near fall points in there. Quick tilt. Simmons kind of basing out with his knees right now. Gilman working the left side pretty hard. Just going to kind of let the time expire as the second period comes to an end. 13-4 right now in favor of Gilman. He has 2:43 riding time.
Get more out of your seed corn investment with Wyffels Hybrids. Wyffels offers the highest performing corn genetics, the most advanced seed technology, and people who genuinely care about you and your success. Wyffels Hybrids, where you're more than a number. Simmons for Maryland chooses down to begin the third period. Gilman for the Hawkeyes just intentionally releases him. So Gilman leads 13-5. There's a nice go behind as Simmons dropped in for that shot from a ways away. Gilman just basically threw his feet back and then exploded back around. Covers for the two. 15-5. It's going to go intentional release here as they head back to the center. Make it 15-6. 16-6 with the riding time. Gilman drops the levels, reaches for that shot. Now has a little slide by, gets up over the shoulders. Now drops down to the leg, picks him up, and dumps him down. That, I think you would classify as chain wrestling, Mark. He tried one thing, wasn't there. I mean, just went to 2 or 3 other things off of it and was able to finish for the two.
That's where Gilman, he does a good job. A lot of our athletes do a good job of that. Some of them need to do a little bit better job, but Gilman and Clark do a phenomenal job of that.
Right off the whistle. Wow.
Yeah, like you said,
deep.
right off the whistle. Nice finish right there. Came back the other way with it that time on that head of the inside single.
Now he's trying to hip tilt, and he gets the near falls.
That's what we needed right there. And the thing is, he hit that right away. Right away. As soon as he got the takedown, he went right into it. Nice work by Thomas Gilman right there.
23-7, match termination with 1:12 to go in the third period. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Hawkeye Wrestling presented by Wyffels Hybrids, where you're more than a number. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
Let's get fired up!
Built by Pros is in the house.
Earn while you learn with Built by Pros. Did you know that you can earn an income while getting your education?
It's a win-win. Open up the playbook and score your new career today with a skilled trade and education.
Join our winning team.
Type BuiltByPros.com and click on Contact Us for more information.
That's BuiltByPros.com to earn while you learn.
Jay Capron, weekday mornings 6 to 9 a.m. KXIC, Iowa City, an iHeart radio station.
Welcome back to MediaCom Mat inside Carver Hawkeye Arena. 133 pounds, Corey Clark for the Hawkeyes, taking on Tyler Goodwin, sophomore with a 3-0 record. No score. 30 seconds gone by. Clark trying to find that 2-on-1, but again, Goodwin holding on to his neck, keeping that head on the far side. Now Clark just basically tries to horse him over, unable to get around behind him. He was close there.
Goodwin did a really good job stepping out of that right there as Clark was coming in and around behind him trying to get that single. Heads up wrestling right there by Goodwin. I thought Clark was going to get it.
Clark gets caught in a front headlock situation, but he's able to reach up and clear out of it. Back up to his feet, into the collar tie. Left hand back on the back of the neck. Hawks lead 5-0. 23-7 match termination for Thomas Gilman to start things off. Clark going back to that 2-on-1. Tries to drop down to that leg. Now Goodwin trying to throw that front headlock in. You can tell Goodwin's probably scouted Clark, knows that he likes that 2-on-1. He's doing a lot trying to control Cory's head and keep him on the other side.
Well, a lot of people scouted Cory Clark last year, starting dating all the way back to that Ohio State match, where the people were just grabbing our wrists and hanging on. Just grabbing our wrists and hanging on.
There Clark is able to get down to the leg in a scramble situation right now. Looking if he can stack Goodwin up here. Goodwin is locked around the waist here.
There's two.
There's the takedown for Cory Clark. I was about ready to ask you what to do, and he basically did it, Mark, is from that 2-on-1 with his head on the wrong side, he basically just dropped down and penetrated to the legs. Now he's trying to get that chicken wing in on the left side. His elbow inside of Goodwin's elbow. Clark trying to reach for that far wrist, see if he can grab that and get some leverage to turn him over for some back points. 35 seconds to go in the first period. Now Clark does have that wrist. He's trying to run this over.
This is where Clark's so good, that far wrist and then the half and near arm chicken wing. Now he's going to hop to the other side, run that half. He just punishes people from the top position with this. Goodwin flat on the mat right now. Now building his base to prevent from getting turned over. Cory Clark trying to get that half and go the opposite side. Every time he does that, that's when Goodwin bails out flat to the mat. Cory Clark needs exactly what he's doing right now. He needs to have some more back pressure with that wing. Come back with it more to tighten it up a little bit more and then run it.
Period comes to an end, so Cory takes a 2-0 lead with 1:05 of riding time. Hawkeye Wrestling brought to you by University of Iowa Healthcare. Learn more about how UI Healthcare is changing medicine, changing lives at uihealthcare.org. Clark's choice. He'll start down to begin the second period. Going to have a caution on Goodwin for coming off to the side when he covered. Cory right up to his feet, trying to get that hand control.
Nice. Thought he was going to take him
like
over the top
cradle
of him,
there.
it's a
like
spladle.
Clark gives up a 2 near fall. Goodwin almost gets him caught again. Clark reaching back. Now comes around, almost gets the near fall. Now Goodwin gets another 1 count out of it. Clark ready to come through the back door and does. So a 2 near fall for Goodwin. And then Clark gets the 2-point reversal. So Cory leads 4-2 now.
Cory was basically on the bottom, and he tripoded up, which you don't want to tripod up. That's why I don't like tripoding. And Goodwin got kind of high on him. Clark tried just kind of shrugging him off, but when he did that, he gave Goodwin some momentum and was able to take Clark over in a banana split, or a spladle, I mean. There's Clark coming around on top. He's got a power half here. And the arm, boy, I would think he would be able to take him over here. He's in pretty good position to run Goodwin over to his back, and he does. Now this is going to be tight. There, you're going to see a fall here. For sure you got to see a fall here. Come on, Cory. There it is. That's big right there.
4:06, the time of the fall for Cory Clark. Puts the Hawkeyes on top, 11-0. Hawkeye Wrestling is presented by Whiffles Hybrids, where you're more than a number. You are listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield Sports. We'll keep it here as we move to 141 pounds. Logan Ryan for the Hawkeyes taking on Alfred Bannister, freshman with a 5-1.
Pricing event on all new Ford F-150 Super Duties automobiles and SUVs. And it's big. It's huge, and it's exciting. And then I get to thinking about them Cubbies. What a year 2015 has been. And then back to the sale, we got inventory, and then how about them Hawkeyes? I mean, I love it. I love it. I love it. We have a lot to talk about. Come see your favorite Ford dealer. West Branch Ford, only 10 minutes from high prices.
Iowa City's news and sports station is 800 KXIC.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena and MediaCom Mat. 149 pounds. Brandon Sorensen for the Hawkeyes taking on Wade Hodges, freshman with a 1-1 record for Maryland. Iowa leads in the team score 11-3. 23-7 match termination for Thomas Gilman. A fall in 4:06 for Corey Clark, as there's a ankle pick into a single leg attempt by Brandon Sorensen. Trying to climb up that leg here, reaching across for that far ankle. Still down on the near ankle, reaching across.
You gotta know where you're at. He wants to try and finish this in bounds as they're right on the edge. He's trying to pull him back in. He tries stepping over, and he does secure it right on the edge. So there's a 2-point takedown for Brandon Sorensen. A good, smart, heads-up wrestling there by Brandon, knowing where he was at and finishing that takedown in bounds.
Maryland superfan doing the Tarzan there. So 2-0 in favor of Sorensen with 1:40 to go here, first period. Brandon comes around on the side. Let's see if Brandon can open things up a little bit, Mark. I mean, he got the early takedown and the 2 near fall, and then basically coasted his way to the wins last Saturday. There he lets him out intentionally, pops into that sweep single, down to the ankle, trying to elevate. Hodges throwing that whizzer in. Brandon gets up, now comes up over the hips and covers for another 2. We're on the edge of the mat, and they will slide out of bounds, head back to the center. 1:06 to go. Sorensen leads 4-1. First of 4 matches on the day. When this one is done, we'll have Grand Canyon University from Phoenix. I'm sure they're excited to hear 9 inches of snow coming in tonight when they could be back in the desert. And then Iowa Central and Central College. Sorensen throwing that deep waist in, gets Hodges flattened to the mat, trying to find a wrist. Hodges sprawling out wide, now gets back to the base. Brandon pressuring forward on that left side, trying to find that half.
Sorensen needs to really, 40 seconds left to go here. Trying to decide here whether you continue to keep riding him, and he's got his ride time now built towards ride time. We're trying to get one more yet this period. There's a stall warning on bottom. That's on Hodges. Now look at Hodges like holding our wrist there, not even letting us go. If you're not getting anywhere in this top position, the guy's just completely based out, stalling or whatever. That's what I'm saying. You go to your feet.
Yeah.
You keep the action going. Don't slow down the momentum that he had going. He's gotten 2 takedowns pretty easily. But now there's not enough time. We're under 10 seconds here going into the second period. Sorensen's going to take a 4-1 lead, and he's going to have 1:31 riding time.
Hawk fans, on your next family trip to Coralville, bring the kids and stay for the weekend at the newly renovated Comfort Suites in Coralville. Complimentary hot breakfast, a 100-foot water slide, and just off Interstate 80. It's the perfect place to stay when you bring the family to Hawkeye Country. Start of the second period. Brandon Sorensen will begin down. He has 1:33 of riding time and a 4-1 lead. Going to have caution on Hodges of Maryland for starting early.
A lot of cautions. The Okie State meet in this one so far. It's going to take a while for these guys to get used to it.
Yep.
I mean, a second is a huge difference, and that it's like a race between the top guy and that bottom guy. Who's going to explode, make that first move off the whistle? And they're so used to anticipating that whistle, and now that extra extra second delay is really messing these guys up.
Yeah. Sorensen trying to keep those legs out, but Hodges is able to get them in. Brandon, head down on the mat, trying to fight off that power half, down onto his hip.
Boy, he's got a lot of weight for it on the back of Sorensen's head with that forearm right now, and he's got the leg in, just really making it uncomfortable for Sorensen on the bottom right now. Sorensen's going to have to work hard trying to get that right knee down, turn that right hip down, crawl forward. do something here. There's a stalemate. That's good.
Sorensen looks over to Tom Brands. He tells him, hey, make sure you keep your elbow back and keep those legs free.
Tom really hot. Yelling at the guys on the bench about something over there.
And there's Sorensen into a sit-out that time. Trying to scoot those hips free. Gets the hand control and is out for the escape. Much better job that time from that bottom position. So Brandon leads 5-1 inside of a minute to go second period, though.
Tom Brands yelling at the team there, talking about how that's how you do it. That's how you get out. You do that from the get-go right there.
Yep. Well, he just, basically it was the effort. He hustled that time. Instead of just waiting to see what was going to happen and work his way out, he exploded, got the hips forward, and then got the hand control and stood up.
You do not allow a guy to throw the legs on you and just control you like that and slow the pace of the match down. And
there's a shot by Sorensen, head to the inside.
Quick finish here,
Steps
Sorensen.
over, trying to get down to the ankle, reach across to that far ankle.
All day long. All day long.
Do it again.
Only 20 seconds to go. He'll build some of this ride time back up here in this last 20 seconds, but wasted too much time on that bottom there in that first go-around. So
Sorensen trying to get that near wrist up onto the back.
Hodges will choose down to start the third period. I say immediately we just cut him. We just tell the referee that we want to go on our feet, give him the 1 point, and get back up to onto your feet.
He's going to take the top position.
He is going to take top. Tom telling him to keep his elbows in.
7-1. Sorensen with the lead. He has 1:01 of riding time for the moment.
Illegal start right there by Hodges, but referee Kurt Frost didn't see it. Great job by Brandon Sorensen, keeping the legs out, moving his hips, and coming up for a 1 point escape right there. Now we gotta get back to that offense, Sorensen, right away. It's 8-1.
Head to the inside and dumps him down, catches that elbow, seeing if he can get some near falls off of it. He trapped that elbow as he came down, but then he lost it.
Great job by Sorensen immediately, right getting in that near arm far leg single right there. Makes the score 10-1, and he has riding time.
Now 11-1.
Stalling on the bottom. 1 point Sorensen. Good call by referee Kurt Frost right there. I mean, even now, Hodges could get called again. There he brings his head up off the mat. Now Sorensen's going to release him and cut him and let him go. See, this is what I like.
Yeah.
Keep the pace going. Keep the momentum of the match and the action going.
11-2.
1 minute left. 1 minute.
12-2 at the riding time, just inside of a minute to go. Brandon Sorensen with the lead. There was a half a shot attempt by Wade Hodges of Maryland. Sorensen keeps the legs back, comes back into that collar tie. Hodges trying to keep Sorensen off of him. Brandon pops the arms, missed the leg as he went down for that shot. Hodges was able to step away from him. Brandon comes right back, tries to pull into him, but missed the legs again. Stands back up.
Definitely want to get another one here, at least one more in this last 30 seconds. Even though it's not going to be the difference in a team score, put an exclamation point on this match here. Hodges still in there fighting with him, moving, circling. Snap right there by Sorensen.
It's just a mental thing, too, so that if you wrestle this guy again, it's like, hey, I got you at the very end. Basically wore you out. Not going to be able to. A 12-2 win for Brandon Sorensen puts the Hawkeyes on top 15-3. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Hawkeye Wrestling presented by Whipple's Hybrids, where you're more than a number. Your list outperformed all competitors by an average of 6.2 bushels across more than 10,000 trials over the last 2 years.
About Uber lately, so we decided to get out there and talk to some actual Uber partners.
Is signing up to drive with Uber really hard?
It was simple and easy.
So if you have a phone, you can just sign up and earn money?
You just open the app whenever you feel like driving.
Sign up, drive, and you make some money.
Are the hours good?
I work less hours and I make more money.
Okay, this all sounds pretty great. What do you think I should do?
You need to sign up for Uber.
You can make serious life-changing money when you drive with Uber. Get started today at drivewithuber.com.
Sorry, I'm jumping back and forth.
That's drivewithuber.com.
800 KXIC, Johnson County's local news and sports station.
Welcome back to MediaCom Mat, 184 pounds. Sammy Brooks in on a shot and able to keep working, gets around behind Mark Colabucci. gives Sammy a 2-0 lead with 2:15 to go, first period. Iowa leading Maryland 19-9, the Big Ten opener. We will have the Iowa City duels afterwards. 3 more matches yet here on Mediacom, Matt.
They're going to go consecutively right away. They're not going to wait for, like, you know, a whole lot of breaks in between or anything like that. They know the weather's coming. Some of these schools got some traveling to after this to get to the airport or get to, you know, back to Fort Dodge or Mount Vernon or whatnot, and so do the fans. So they're going to get through these things as quickly as possible.
And there's Sammy Brooks after the intentional release. Comes across double unders and then just switches off to a single under, drops down to the leg, and then just steps across and gets another takedown. So he leads by a score of 4-1.
Sammy Brooks, the all-star wrestler of the meet last weekend, ended up getting USA Wrestler of the Week and Big Ten Wrestler of the Week.
Yeah.
I don't want to say he saved us, because it was, you know, a team effort from 4 other guys, but he had a major role in with the circumstances that happened after losing 74. He was in the position to do something for us, and he did it.
He stepped up big. Minute 13 to go. Another takedown for Brooks. As they went out of bounds that last time, Colabucci was called for stalling for backing out. Another intentional release by Brooks. Now he goes over-under, throws him to his back, trying to lock this in tight. He's got 57 seconds. Trying to get that arm situated just a little bit tighter. Looking to settle those hips in, pressuring across. Kurt Frost down there, it's close, but not quite. There's the ball.
Nice job by Sam Brooks.
Sammy Brooks just came across, double unders, and then just basically hip-tossed him into a headlock. 43 seconds left in the first period. Brooks with the fall. Hawks go on top 25-9. We will take a 30-second timeout. Hawkeye Wrestling being presented by Whipple's Hybrids, where you're more than a number. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield Sports.
And 197 for Maryland, a freshman, Garrett Wisniewski. For the Hawkeyes, the senior, Nathan Burak.
We'll keep it here with Mediacom Matt. Whipple's Hybrids outperformed all competitors by an average of 6.2 bushels.